Rhinoceros Success by Scott Alexander. Let's read this book. So this must be an older copy that doesn't have the foreword by my dear friend Dave Ramsey. But I have scans on my computer and I'm going to read that first. Foreword by Dave Ramsey. Also, I have a counter ready so that we can keep track of how many times this book says the word charge, or charging, or any form of the word charge. This is Dave Ramsey, not Scott Alexander. Okay. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been a fast-moving, hard-charging, there's one. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been a fast-moving, hard-charging, go-getting kind of guy. I remember back when I was cutting yards at 12 years old. I didn't just settle for cutting 1 yard, getting paid, and then moving on to the next. I tried to line up clients next door to each other just so I could cut 2 or 3 at one time. I challenged myself to totally blow away the hourly income of my friends flipping burgers and carrying movie tickets for minimum wage. Sounds like a great friend. I've honestly never been into minimum anything. So, when I was handed this book at a success rally in my early 20s, I immediately said, "Who handed you this book?" I immediately said, "Yeah, this is me. I'm a rhino." Rhinos are intense, passionate, and focused. Rhinos see where they want to go and start charging. 2. Knocking down anything that gets in their way. Rhinos get things done. I believe that you have to have a rhino mentality to win in the marketplace. You have to be wired up and fired up to get something significant done in our culture today. How many times has one crazed, excited player in a football huddle turned the tide of a big game? That's a game. Is that really all that significant in the grand scheme of things? How many times has a strong personality stepped up to a microphone and spoken life into a depressed and distressed nation? It doesn't have to be a strong personality to inspire someone else. You could do that quietly. That's called leadership. No, it's not. And that's what rhinos do. This is a very narrow-minded view of leadership. But most people don't win because they're mediocre. Here we go. They make mediocre efforts and get mediocre results, and most of them are happy with that. This book calls them cows. Cows are average, leading average lives, milling around in the field, munching cud, and keeping their heads down. You know what? I'm going to count how many cow metaphors are in here too. Hang on. Cow. That was at least 2 right there, right? Yep. Okay. In the early days of my company, I decided that I wanted to surround myself with men and women who are just as focused and energetic as I am about the work we're doing. I wanted to run with rhinos. It sounds horrible. We don't allow cows to graze in our building. There's another cow. Jeez, we're already beating the charges. 3-2. So I require every one of my team members to read this book in their first 90 days with the company. I want them to understand the culture they're charging into. There's a charge. Jeez. I want them to understand the culture they're charging into, and I want them to know what kind of people they're going to be running with. Now, I'll be honest. This book is silly. I agree with him there. It's even a little cheesy. Glad you clarified that. The author, Scott Alexander, is a friend of mine, and I promise he knows it's silly. So we have a consensus. That's okay. This isn't an MBA textbook. It's a fun book aimed at lighting a fire under you. It's designed to give you a framework for understanding the rhinos and avoiding the cows all around you. Count. Should I count the rhinos? I don't think I need to. Rhino has become a part of the vernacular of our company. Okay, we all know what it means because we're all charging together. I hope you read Rhinoceros Success and maybe share it with your own team, that you enjoy it as much as we have. What a weird sentence. There's no commas or anything, all that's just shoved in there. I hope, as you read Rhinoceros Success, that you enjoy it as much as we have, comma, and maybe share it with your own team. That's how I would have written it. Dave Ramsey. What a character. Okay, that was the foreword by Dave Ramsey. Let's get to the actual book. We have 4 charges and 4 cow metaphors so far. And we haven't even started. Dedication. Dedicated to my mom and dad, who raised me as a rhino. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Acknowledgements. Thank you, Lori, for the fantastic illustrations. And thank you, Kim, for being the greatest rhinoceros wife and charging with me through the jungle. That must be the world's most hectic marriage. I'm just going to be really snotty through this whole thing. I don't even care. Okay, introduction. Somewhere deep in the jungle, where few dare venture, there lives a wild animal called success. It is rare and much sought after, but only a few ever risk tracking it down to capture it. The hunt is long, hard, and risky. There are many hardships along the way that will tear at your heart and soul. The jungle brush throws up an almost impenetrable barrier. Bugs constantly bite and bore into your skin. Poisonous snakes, crocodiles, and other dangerous animals present very real dangers to your safety. The incessant, burning sun is your constant companion until nightfall, when the temperature drops to near freezing and you long for the burning sun against your already reddened, blistered skin. At times you feel weak, dizzy from exhaustion. Success seems at times an imaginary creature not capable of capture. But you continue on because you are too deep in the jungle now to head back without your prize. Months go by, maybe years. Your loved ones are worried sick. I added that part. Still not a sign of success. It is a clever animal, rarely exposing itself, always quick to flee should it sense danger of being caught. Success is so uncommon, so unique, and so challenging, you must have it. No other animal requires so much skill to hunt and capture. As rare as the animal is, rarer are the men and women who set up their own expedition in search of success. You and I are part of the group who must have success. Am I? The rewards are great. Are they? We know that. Do we? We also know that the hunt is difficult at best. We know the odds are against us. We know many have failed, and few will even attempt the expedition. When we know all this, we know that success is for us. Success is not easy. It is truly difficult. It is a truly difficult animal to capture, requiring lots of work, quick thinking, desire, and persistence on the part of the hunter. This, then, is your survival guide for your expedition, your Rhinoceros manual for your greatest hunt. Do rhinos hunt? I mean, kind of. Not anything like this. They're hunted and killed for their horns. How about this? What do rhinos eat? Trees and bushes. So they eat plants. They don't even hunt. Oh, this book. Okay, where was I? This then is your survival guide for your expedition, Rhinoceros manual for your greatest hunt. Use it, and you will not only have more success quicker, but you will have the greatest time of your life charging through the jungle. I'm surprised we didn't run into a charge earlier than that. Charge. let's go. Right now is the season for success. That's the introduction. I have to go further. How long is chapter 1? It's very long. Well, we'll end here. But to give you a taste of what we're in for, I'll show you one of the illustrations. There are a lot of illustrations like this. It's a rhinoceros brushing his teeth. So, I'm planning on reading this whole thing like this and counting the charges and the cows, so we'll get through it. Excuse me, we'll charge through it.